Suddenly we realized, oh right, everyone talks about what it's like for the second child, but no one talks about the adjustment for the first child when the second one comes along. I think they have that moment of, oh, this is fun, oh, this is how it is now. She also mentioned that she is looking forward to the family's second Thanksgiving in California. Meghan and Ellen are believed to have developed a close friendship since they first met 9 years ago. In the end, she admitted she was swayed by Ellen TM's encouragement, comparing her influence to that of another chat show host, Oprah Winfrey. Meghan and Oprah have also become friends in recent years, with the American TV star even coming to Meghan TM's wedding to Harry in 2018. I saw him, and I was just sitting there with him, and then Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi walk in. Now, I don't TMT know her, but Ellen goes, "Is that your dog?" Trademark, and I said, "No." Trademark, and she TMS like, "You have to take that dog." Trademark, and I said, "Well, I TMM deciding." Trademark, and she TMS like, "Rescue the dog." Trademark, it TMS sort of like if Oprah tells you to do something. I TMM sitting there holding him, and she TMS like, "Have you thought of a name for him yet?" Trademark, and I said, "Well, I think I TMD name him Bogart." Trademark, and she TMS like, "You TM re-taking the dog home." Trademark, and she walks outside to get into her car, but instead of getting in she turns around and comes and taps on the window glass, and she yells, "Take the dog." Trademark, and so I brought him home. Because Ellen told me to. In Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand TMS book on the Sussexes, Finding Freedom, trademark, it is claimed, although Meghan didn't grow up with pets, Boggs, as she called him, became the object of her devotion and in heavy rotation on her Instagram feed. But she credits Ellen DeGeneres as the reason she adopted the lab mix. An unnamed source quoted by the Mirror said of Ellen and Meghan's relationship, "Meghan adores Ellen and loves the fact that she and Portia are huge animal lovers." She said they have stayed in touch since meeting in person and have become close. She said they actually have a lot in common, and that Ellen has been a huge support, especially since moving to Canada. According to reports, Meghan didn't bring Bogart to the UK with her when she joined the royal family because the dog never took to Harry. The source told The Sun, Meghan adored that dog, but the decision not to take him back was based on Bogart TM's relationship with Harry. Bogart never took to Harry when they spent time together in Canada. He didn't TMT like Harry. Meghan was very vocal about the fact it wouldn't TMT be fair to take him back full time, given Bogart TMS feelings for her husband. Of course, her staff in the UK who knew about her decision found her statement quite strange, but they accepted it at face value because Meghan knows her dogs. However, it was reported elsewhere that Bogart was too old to travel to the UK. Meghan did bring her other dog, Guy, however. While Meghan and Oprah are now good friends, they had only met once prior to the Sussexes' trademark wedding, according to The Independent. Shortly before the wedding in 2018, Meghan's mother Doria Ragland and Oprah were spotted together, leading to some speculation of a televised conversation between the two. Oprah said, "The story was that Meghan's mom had come to my house and she left laden with gifts. You know what the gifts were. First of all, she's great at yoga, so I said, bring your yoga mat and your sneakers in case we just want to do yoga on the lawn. So one of the bags was a yoga mat, and the other was lunch." Oprah added that Meghan's mother left her house with kumquats from her garden. She continued, she said, "I love kumquats," and I said, "I have a kumquat tree. You want some kumquats?" So it was a basket of kumquats, people. Duke of Sussex has had a rollercoaster few years, and made it very clear he wishes to carve his own path. The Prince and his wife, Meghan Markle, have reportedly reached out to the Queen to arrange a meeting ahead of their newborn daughter Lilibet TM's christening. The Sussexes are said to be preparing to make their first trip to the UK as a family of 4, and Meghan TMS first return to British shores since March 2020 TMS royal exit. Royal sources told The Sun that senior staff are stunned by the request. However, Her Majesty remains still very fond of Harry and would love to meet Lilibet and see Archie again. The source said discussions have also been had over whether or not the Sussexes should be invited for Christmas with the rest of the firm, after they rejected an invite last year. Harry, who will release his memoir next year, grew up a very different boy to older brother William, according to royal author Angela Levin. Ms. Levin TMS book, Harry, Conversations with the Prince trademark, recalled the Prince TMS traumatic start to life at nursery. She wrote, "Unlike Prince William, he needed lots of reassurance and understanding. Even today he sometimes has an air of vulnerability and sadness. It TMS part of what has endeared him to so many people of all ages and types around the world, and perhaps why Meghan Markle sometimes feels the need to be motherly towards him." Ms. Levin explained it took Harry a few years before he became the life and soul of the playground. He was shy growing up, with one mother describing him as quiet as a mouse, poor little thing. Young Harry would refuse to join in the games at break time, occasionally standing alone for the entire 10-minute break. If another child came up to him and pulled at his clothes, Ms. Levin wrote, he would start crying. His vulnerability made him an easy target for bullies, as he didn't TMT fight back. Teachers had to look out for him wriggling in his seat with a pained expression on his face before taking him to the toilet, as the young prince rarely raised his hand to ask to go. William, in stark contrast to Harry, settled in perfectly and earned himself quite a reputation, and was nicknamed Basher trademark. Harry showed a creative spark at nursery school. He concentrated hard when the teacher read stories to the class and enjoyed painting and making paper models. But eagle-eyed teachers were quick to spot what could have been interpreted as a sign of things to come. Ms. Levin explained, sharp-eyed teachers also noted that whenever one of them praised William for being good at something like clay modeling, if Harry was doing the same he would throw his own work on the floor. It was perhaps an early sign that he was going to do things his way. He seemed happiest in his own little world, left alone to get on with what he wanted to do and how he wanted to do it, without interference. The Sussexes infamously quit the royal family in March 2020 to pursue their own career ventures and move to Meghan TM's native California. Under their new foundation Archewell, Harry co-created a docuseries The Me You Can TMTC trademark with Oprah Winfrey, where he admitted he underwent 4 years of therapy to address mental health troubles. He opened up on panic attacks and severe anxiety, and has echoed this in other interviews. He will co-produce Heart of Invictus trademark for streaming platform Netflix, while Meghan will create animated series Pearl trademark. Angela Levin TMS book, Harry, Conversations with the Prince trademark, was published in 2018 by John Blake. It is available to buy here. Duke of Cornwall purchased his Linnewammod estate in 2006, after many years of searching for the right place. The 192-acre estate is not far from Llanymddyfri, an old market town in the valley, and is situated in the area of Brecon Beacons National Park. The property consists of 3 cottages and a Grade 2 listed threshing barn, as well as the main house for the use of the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall. Charles told the Poet Laureate Simon Armitage in a BBC Radio 4 interview the property gave him the perfect base in Wales. "I now, at last, have somewhere in Wales to base myself, from time to time," he said. Rather 40 years too late, probably. It TMS been a wonderful opportunity, at last, to have somewhere in Wales. I come whenever I can. It TMS an important part of holding this particular title. It took me years to establish somewhere. It wasn't TMT through want of trying. But it was difficult to find the right place. The property was converted by architect Craig Hamilton, who made sure he implemented the Prince of Wales philosophy of building sustainably. Some materials were reused, while others were sourced locally, and the craftsmen and builders working on the project also came from the area. The interiors of the property were designed by Annabel Elliott, who created pretty, welcoming spaces using predominantly Welsh furniture, textiles and objects. She scoured the country for antique Welsh pieces including quilts and glazed earthenware. The Prince of Wales confided that one of the joys of spending time at his Welsh retreat was the opportunity to get to know locals. For me, the joy has been in getting to know the local people, some wonderful characters in this part of the world, he explained. Who are very special, I think.